Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. We'll have a look at some of the top Ippons from the first 3 days of the tournament. I'll do a part 2 later on. So yeah, first 3 days, up to 73 lightweights of course. Lots of quick Ippons. We're just going through a succession of seoi nages here. Really nice standing split hit variation coming up right here. This is by Fukuda. I mean, how brilliant is that? So yeah guys, hit like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. Trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year would be a nice Christmas present to myself. And as usual, thanks to all the members for subscribing, keeping the channel alive. Remember, there are links in the description for a discount on JudoTV. Don't do what I did and pay full price, even though I have my own unique code. So don't do that. And also, if you need a Kozakura judogi, hit me up. There is a website with a form that you guys can fill out, but I'm actually thinking of changing how people pay. I've had a lot of people fill in the form and then just not go through with it and not pay, so I'm like, well, this is a waste of my time. But it's a learning process. I'm just trying to make it easy for people to get judogis directly custom made from Kozakura in Japan. Strange bit of labor law stops them from actually selling directly, so they're a manufacturer, they're not actually a seller of judogis, which is really weird. And so they kind of rely on people like myself to keep them afloat. Anyway, let's get into the Ippons, guys. So, lovely tomoe nage here. Kind of reminds me of Maruyama. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's the footwork. Maybe the entry. That's a really nice tomoe nage. Oh, and of course there's some really nice ne-waza in this compilation as well. Here's one. This was actually in the final. So to get a choke like this in the final is pretty damn impressive. Clock choke. Actually don't know the Japanese name for it. Just always called it a clock choke. This is ridiculous. This is kind of next level Molai kataguruma. Going on the reverse side, under the sleeve side. It's a really unique technique, something that's kind of come up in recent times. And I'm really sorry to these judoka here. I don't know any of their names. I know like Yonezuka, a couple of the Japanese guys, but I'm really sorry, I just don't know their names. But hopefully they continue to perform and I'll see their names again and again and again and try to learn about them. Nice sode here, just enough to score Ippon, I thought. This guy here from Taiwan, he looked quite good. Had a seoi nage and also this uchimata here. Chan. Have to remember him. So left versus right, he's got the undergrip, really stabs the foot in there, gets the elevation before going in for the uchimata. This grip here, I mean, it just screams kataguruma, and here it is. I've always called this the Italian kataguruma because they kind of like to dive forward through their opponents. But it is really nice. Takato, he does a variation of this, but he also mixes in doing a kochi off that grip as well, which is really unique. This here, nice ochigari, and then straight into the uchimata. Always a good classical combination that. And you see, I mean, you see a Georgian with this kind of grip, hand over the opposite side with the belt, you kind of know what's coming. And the classical name would be obitorigaishi, but I know the Georgians have a different name for it. What is it? Gabelli or something? This ochigari, they initially gave it a wazari, but went back, ended up giving it an Ippon, and I definitely think it deserves one. Really good driving ochigari. Bit of rotation from these guys, and then blue, he did well. I think he was thinking about a sasai, but ended up changing direction, going for the uchimata. That's a really nice way to go about it. Yonezuka, he took silver, so I thought I would just showcase his ne-waza here. Very, very textbook turnover this, and he executed every step of it in quick succession. Obviously trains that a lot, practices it a lot, I think. This one here, a bit more impromptu, just kind of flowing with it. Just waiting to lock up the feet. Does well. And I'm kind of surprised. I mean, this was all done by the feet. Didn't have a lot of upper body control. Just utilizing the feet under the triceps, controlling the head as well. Really hard to do. And here's that unique kataguruma again, this time kind of low to the mat. And honestly, I think a lot of people who get thrown by this are mostly thrown just because of surprise. They've never really seen it before. Big ogoshi here. Picks him up. And I mean, that could have ended badly for White, but good ukemi, managed to roll through with it. Has a great counter too. And a really awkward grip over the top. Look at that. Sensational counter. The big standing seoinage. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely prefer the standing variation. I think it's harder to execute, even though those drop seoinages kind of, you know, they do a number on your knees. And here's one of them, this time with double sleeves. Look at that. Now double sleeve seoinage, that's hard to execute, I'll tell you what. Give me a lapel hand and I'll do something with it, but double sleeves, that's hard. And look at this. This is Fukuda. And all he was doing was trying to do was get his opponent to the ground, and then how he locks this up while he's like rolling with his opponent. I mean, people are really gonna have to practice this, and it's gonna be hard because I don't think a lot of people can mimic what Fukuda is doing on the ground. It's not just escaping the pin, it's making sure that you get out before the pin happens. And that's really hard because he's locking it up as he's rolling with you. Really high level stuff. Bit of a Seoi Otoshi here. Getting that leg as it tries to defend. Classic. Classic Kosoto Gake. Hand over the back, securing the grip before going for the bear hug. And here's another one, standing Ippons seoinage. I like the first kind of entry, lifts him up, and then the second, little bit of a bend at the hip, throws him over. Really powerful throw. This one, just a bit of finesse with the kosoto. Double sleeves, and double sleeve is really good for kosoto. You can kind of use the opposite sleeve, push it into your opponent's chest or belly. This is the kind of kataguruma that I would say is traditional. And I say traditional as in traditional after they removed leg grabs. Now this is a quick, strong drop down seoinage. Doesn't get better than that. And guys, I cannot believe this, but we are at the end of the video. This next one, actually there's this one, and then a bit of ne-waza, but oh my god, time flies. Time flies when you're watching judo, guys. It's too much fun. So stay tuned for the teams that I'll be doing soon, as well as the Top Ippons Part 2, and I've still got to cover some of the gold medalists as well. I don't think I'll get to the women's. Sorry, there's just too much on my plate. Too many things to do. Very sorry about that. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.